I still remember the way her voice didn't shake. It should have. Anyone with a conscience would have trembled delivering a line like that. "We're gifting the house to my brother," she said, chin lifted, rehearsed. My lawyer shifted beside me. Her parents stared at the floor. Her brother smirked like he'd already picked out his bedroom. "And you're not invited to the party," she added. Clean, final, like I was an afterthought. I didn't argue, I didn't raise my voice, I only turned to my lawyer and asked, quietly, "You want to tell them, or should I?" That was the moment everything started unraveling for them. Not for me. I'd already done my grieving. The first time I saw her, she was working a charity booth at the local street fair, smiling like she actually cared about people. I mistook warmth for sincerity. I mistook charm for depth. We were young enough to believe in permanence, old enough to pretend we understood it. She said my stability grounded her. I said her passion inspired me. For a while, maybe that was true. I bought the house for her parents because they struggled for decades. They treated me like family. I believed she and I were building something real, the kind of belief that makes betrayal land twice as hard. It started small. Missed dinners, silences that weren't peaceful anymore. Then the strange protectiveness over her phone. Her mother avoiding eye contact around me. Her brother showing up more often, asking probing questions about assets, equity, and liability. The shift from affection to entitlement was slow, but the patterns were there. She had plans, not with me, around me. The day I found the message thread between her and her brother discussing how to leverage me, I didn't feel anger, I felt clarity. They weren't subtle. They thought kindness equaled weakness. That was their first mistake. I didn't confront her. Confrontation gives people time to adjust their stories. Instead, I made appointments. First with my lawyer, then with a forensic accountant, then with a realtor who happened to owe me a favor. The mortgage I paid off? There were conditions, legal ones, buried in language they never bothered reading. The title? Not in their names the way they assumed. The accounts they thought were joint? Not anymore. Piece by piece, I untangled myself from the web they'd spun, leaving their threads intact just long enough to tighten around them. I didn't want chaos. I wanted clarity. Consequences delivered cleanly, precisely. We filed quietly, strategically. Her signature wasn't required for most of the steps because she'd already signed years ago when she trusted me. My lawyer drafted the documents for the house, the one they were planning to gift. Turns out it wasn't hers to give, or theirs. I transferred the asset into a trust, one she had no claim to. I documented the financial manipulation, every entitled message, every assumption, every plan she and her brother whispered into digital existence. Then came the invitations, not to a party, to a meeting. I told her parents the truth before she did. They were crushed, embarrassed, not at losing the house, at how their children had acted. I didn't ask them to choose sides, they just did. 3 days before her brother's big graduation party, everything was finalized. Which brings us back to the living room, to the moment she told me I wasn't invited. I leaned back, calm. My lawyer cleared her throat. "The house isn't yours to gift," she said, "and as of this morning, the trust has formally taken ownership. You have no legal right to access it, use it, or represent it as your property." Her brother scoffed until the paperwork hit the table, until he saw the signatures, until he realized the gift he bragged about to all his friends had evaporated. My wife looked at me then, really looked. Not with rage, not fear, recognition. She finally understood that the quiet man she underestimated had been watching the whole time. I stood. "You planned a party," I said. "Have fun giving him something else." 3 days later, her brother's big day collapsed under the weight of no venue, no house, and no justification. Guests left confused. Her parents apologized to me in private. She sent messages I didn't answer. Revenge didn't feel explosive. It felt clean, like cutting away something infected. I didn't destroy anything. I just returned everything to its rightful owner, reality. And as I walked out of the courthouse with the divorce finalized, I felt lighter. Some people burn bridges. Some people think they're building empires. Me? I just step back and let the truth do its work.